2018 brought a lot of hardware to the scene. Some of that we would really rather forget, and some of it we really quite enjoyed. Now, usually for me, it's a dual coil setup that I like, whether that be an RTA or an RDA. Dual coil is usually the one for me. However, I did really enjoy one particular single coil RDA, and that was the Recurve by Wotofo and Mike Vapes. I used that for quite a while, squonking away on the Pulse by Tony B like everything else was in 2018, with the exception of this, the Wotofo Recurve. So yeah, really enjoyed that wee tank, but for me it just wasn't a dual coil, and that is where I get my kicks. So I was delighted when I went to Expo and I seen this robot stick, the Dual Coil RDA, the Dual Coil Recurve from Wotofo and Mike Vapes. So let's go down below, let's have a wee unboxing, let's put a build in it, and I'll let you know what I think of it. So here we have the Recurve Dual RDA by Wotofo and Mike Vapes, as is detailed on the package there. I'm not sure if this might actually be sample packaging. This was picked up at the Expo and wasn't actually a release version. So the actual final packaging might differ slightly from this, but it's the usual Wotofo green. It's got this little sleeve on it that we're just going to lift off because it's reflecting back on the camera. And if we look around the box, you've got your Recurve Dual there, and the contents of the box. So it's a Recurve Dual RDA, user manual, Japanese cotton, coils, trimming tools, etc, etc, all the usual bits. Wotofo on this side with your Facebook and Instagram logos, and here the usual scratch and sniff, and this is the stainless steel version. And on the back here, Recurve Dual, attention, the Wotofo Recurve Dual RDA is an electronic cigarette. Don't use it if you're pregnant, up the duff, and all that usual kind of crap. Made in China, manufactured by Wotofo, copyright still 2016, slightly out of date, and then you've got all your warnings down the bottom. So yeah, pretty plain box, but it's the usual kind of Wotofo style. Oh, just making a few wee noises here as it decides to focus more. So let's push it in and up, which will get the Recurve out. We'll come to that in a wee second. We'll have a wee look at what else is in here. So in the box you will have the following: shoelace cotton, your bag of accessories, so your screws, your squonk pin and O-rings, etc. Some 0.26 ohm quad core fused Clapton coils, and then you have this, which is the old Recurve mouthpiece from the single coil number. So yeah, you can use that if you like. A coil measuring tool which comes out like a fan. Now usually I throw these away, but it isn't quite a coily tool this time. This time it is something a wee bit different. However, I will still be using my coily tool, and a Recurve instruction manual that we will never read. So let's have a look at the Recurve now. So this measures 22.5mm from base here to the top, not including the drip tip and not including this 510 at the bottom. Now the drip tip, pretty nice designs, little stubby buggers. They don't have the O-ring on the outside of the drip tip here. The O-ring's actually inside, so you can interchange drip tips whenever you need it. You'll see a wee bit of juice gathering up there. Obviously I have been using this for testing. Yeah, nice little drip tip with that, oh that's a way to fuck now, with a little nice little kind of resin design on it. Coming down here, you've kind of lost the curves in the Recurve. But you can still kind of see that old shape with the doming down there and then coming down the sides. You've got 6 airflow holes here, and you've got another 6 just on the opposite side there. On this part here, it will tell you it is a Recurve, in case you didn't already know, having bought it, brought it home, brought it out of the box, etc, etc. Pretty simple design, but I do like it. It is pretty nice. Now on the base here you will have Recurve Dual, and you'll have the Mike Vapes logo down at the bottom, and you've got that gold 510 pin there as well, which of course is interchangeable, and you can bring out your wee squonk pin should you desire. Now what you're looking at here is a Dilligaff ATI stand, and I use that when I'm building on and just when I'm showing off these wee RDAs. If you'd like one of these ATI stands, come with a 510 pin on the top. What you want to do is search for Dilligaff ATI stands on Facebook. you'll find them there, and you'll find that these are very reasonably priced and very, very well made. Now let's just pop that off there. So the top cap itself, you can see there's wee catches in there for it to click into. You've got your 3 holes on either side, and it's nicely domed there, but quite a short little stumpy RDA here. But we'll talk about that in a wee bit. And onto the deck. So as you can see, very similar to the original Recurve, which is going to be because it's a Recurve Dual. So that's not a criticism, but obviously it has been made bigger to allow for 2 coils to fit in there. You can just see, so across there is where your 2 coils are going to go. Now, it does have the same shape. It's curving down at the sides here, and if you look at these wee airflow holes, they point kind of down the way, so it's going to point air down below your coils around and then out the top as well. So it really does surround those coils very well. Quite a deep wee wicking hole there. I think it was 0.8 of a millimetre, an 8mm, sorry, just well down in there. So plenty of room for the juice to kind of sit at the bottom and soak up into your cotton. And it does leave a wee bit of room for squonking and makes it a wee bit harder to over squonk, although I did manage it because I was used to a drop dead, which sits a wee bit higher. But yeah, a pretty simple deck, very nicely designed though, very much like the original Recurve. The screws on the side there, star screws, so absolutely no issues there at all. And if you look at the bottom there, it's held on by, or sorry, your top cap's held on by O-rings, which I've had absolutely no issues with, seems to hold it on pretty well. So yeah, a fairly simple deck, very much like the Recurve, so let's get a build in there and just see what it's like. So the pack itself comes with a coil measuring tool. Now, use it if you like. I'm not going to say too much bad about it because it isn't a complete copy of the Coiler Tool. However, I'm going to use the Coiler Tool. It's my wee baby and I love it. Now, Coiler Tools are available if you search for the Coiler Tool. You'll get it either in Nature Vape or you can find it on the Coiler Tool website. You can find them on Facebook. Basically, this is a coil measuring device. What you want to do is, for the Recurve, according to Mike Vapes, you want to cut your coils at 7mm. So you'd poke your coils through here, come to the other side and snip and snip. That will give you a 7mm coil. Now personally I did try it at 7mm, however for me I felt the flavour slightly better at 8mm. I think it just allowed a bit more air round about those coils. But it's up to yourself, experiment a wee bit and just see what's right for you. But for me personally, I actually quite liked 8mm. So yeah, Coiler Tool, buy one, get it personalised as well for just a wee bit more, but still reasonably priced. So let's get the deck and get some coils into it. So back up top now with the Dual Recurve on top of the ugly Aegis Legend. I've got it on top of here more so I can keep an eye on what wattage I'm actually using it at, whereas normally I've been using it on the Keen. Although it's not matchy, it really does pack a punch with the Keen sitting below it. So first of all, we'll start by looking at just how it looks. Is it pleasing to the eye? Yeah, I suppose it is. It's a bit plain. There's really nothing kind of outstanding on it, nothing too shocking. Some of you might like that, some of you might dislike it. For me, it looks okay. I don't have any issues with that at all. And as I said before, the drip tip, you can bring it out, and because you've got O-rings in there, you can stick any drip tip on it that you would like. But yeah, it's very simple, but it's not overly ugly, it's not overly beautiful at the same time. It's just a little RDA. So yeah, not too much to say about it in terms of the looks. In terms of how it's constructed, pretty solid, not had any issues with the screws in there, and there hasn't been any kind of, when I opened it up, there wasn't any evidence of machine oil, there was no kind of faults in it or anything. It was pretty clean made, as you tend to expect from Wotofo. Now, the deck itself on here, when you look at it, is very similar to what was on the original Recurve. It's going to be, because it's the dual version, but obviously it's been expanded and opened up a wee bit to allow for dual coil builds in there. In terms of building in it, get your Coiler Tool, measure it out to your 7 or 8 if you want to try it there. Snip, cotton in, fluff it up and stick it into those juice wells and you are good to go. Very simple. In terms of actually changing this over into a squonkable, chucking it away, a squonkable RDA, the pin comes out with just a wee Allen key and that is pretty much it as well. So there's not a lot of fiddling about in terms of how to build it or how to change it into a squonkable RDA. There's a good bit of depth in the deck itself, which does help you stop over squonking, but I did still manage to do it, probably because I was used to using a drop dead on there before I switched to the Recurve. So in general, the deck's very good, and I can't really fault that either. It's been absolutely fine. Now, the first issue that I do have comes when I start discussing the airflow. This is apparently a pre-release version. When I went to Wotofo at Expo, there was no mention of this is not the final release. It was pretty much just sold to me. Now, the issue that a lot of people are having is the airflow. When you completely open it up, I don't know if you can be able to see it in the camera, so I will zoom in, but you might not. Robot's deck, have a look. Not really great, but basically it over opens. So it opens a wee bit too much and actually starts to close again. Now apparently this issue is fixed in the final retail version, so I'm not going to hold it against them too much, and to be honest it's probably less than a millimetre than it is actually out, so it's not anything too much to worry about. So a wee jump cut there, one of the kids was crying, but I better get used to that for the next 18 years. So yeah, as I was saying, airflow, it does over adjust just slightly, but should be fixed in the next round. The airflow itself. Lovely and smooth, as you can hear there. There is a slight bit of restriction on it, but in general it's quite fairly open. And with that open airflow, with the open airflow, the cloud production is also very big as well. Big huge clouds, as you would expect from most RDAs. Now, bringing us swiftly on to the main event with this, and that is the flavour. Mike has designed this to be fairly short in size. The inside the chamber is also quite compact, although you've got the space for the two coils. I've got quite a big couple of coils in there, a big couple of aliens, and it does make that space quite compact. That, combined with just how short the drip tip is as well, means your mouth is quite close to those coils when you're taking a hit. And what that produces is excellent flavour. Now, that's at 70 watts at the moment, but I felt this really good, pretty high up as well. The small chamber gives you quite a hot vape, to be honest, which might not be to everybody's liking, but personally I really like it. So we'll go at 110 watts here. Fairly hot, but the flavour is absolutely banging on this. In terms of comparing it to other RDAs, I've got the drop dead and things there. This is going to take pride of place as a new flavour tester for all my liquids, so that just tells you just how good the flavour is in this. So overall, I really don't have anything that bad to say about it. Yeah, the looks are not fantastic, it's a bit simple, but other than that, it produces good flavour, it's really easy to build on, and it's just really quite a nice wee tank to put it to really wrap it up. So I've really enjoyed testing over the past couple of weeks. If you want to get a hold of one of these, you're probably talking around about 30 quid. I think they're 25 at Expo, but I don't know if that might be a kind of special rate. So yeah, anything from 25 to 30 quid for these. Not quite out on the market yet, but I think eSig1 are hoping to get theirs around about the first week in June. So not too long to wait for them. Would I recommend you pick one up? Absolutely. If you like to Recurve, the original Recurve, and you are looking for a dual coil option, safe to say this would be probably quite a good buy. So if you enjoyed the review, don't forget to go down below, leave a wee comment, leave a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. VapeTube, every time I do a video you get a wee shout out about VapeTube, so head over there as well and sign up there. Don't forget to confirm your email and also subscribe to my channel there. So thank you very much once again for watching, guys. I've been Pud Puffs and I'll see you in the next video.